Let's bring in Kayleigh. She's the co-host of Outnumbered, and she's the author of a new book, Serenity in the Storm. Kayleigh, great to see you as always. What do you suspect?
Good to see you.
What is the job?
Yeah, you know, Will, when I look at this, here's what I see. I see a president who is putting forward a campaign that is entirely defined by his opposition. And what I mean by that is this, you know, he puts out this dark announcement video. He clearly thinks that his competitor will be former President Donald Trump. You also saw a brief mention of DeSantis in there, an image of him. But, you know, most of the times you demonize your opponent in politics, always. Every campaign does it. But you're not defined by that demonization. You usually have a story to tell of your own. For instance, I could tell you any one of the Republican candidate stories. You know, Tim Scott, the son of a single mom who lived in poverty and through faith and hard work, he came out and now is a successful U.S. senator. You know, Donald Trump, a businessman turned president who turned this economy around and made it robust. You know, Ron DeSantis, the laboratories of democracy, that's what they call our states. And boy, is Florida the crowning diamond of that laboratory of democracy. I could tell you all their stories. But I asked the White House, I asked the campaign rather, you know, what is Joe Biden's story? Because right now the only story I know from Joe Biden is demonize Republicans as MAGA Republicans. That can win an election. We saw it in the midterms. But an effective Republican campaign can prosecute the case of you don't have a story to tell the American people.
Yeah, Kayleigh, despite describing himself as a uniter, in the story that you talk about that they want to publish, that he is the defender against these extremist Republicans, these MAGA Republicans, it seems to me that his strategy will be to continue to divide us on the basis of identity politics, to paint his opponents as threats not just to democracy, but threats to decency. I mean, here he is alluding to, he is the defender of freedom and rights, and how does he define that? By ensuring you see everybody else as a racist.
Yeah, that's exactly what he'll try to do. You know, make no mistake, Will, as you just noted, he will put the Republicans in a box. We saw that today. I was a little bit stunned. You know, I thought that this would be an optimistic video. A lot of these introductory campaign videos are, but it wasn't. You know, we saw footage from some of our darkest times in recent memory that he put in there. It was dim. So he will put whoever the Republican nominee is in a box. So the challenge for that nominee, how do I get out of the box of MAGA extremism that he will put you in, that he will vilify you as? And the answer is by continually hearkening back to the bigger picture here. When a Pew poll came out yesterday that said in 25 years, Americans feel we will no longer be the height of the world order, our economy will be worse, and we will be more divided. Tap into those feelings, provide a solution. He's putting you in a box, prove him wrong, and make him look like the liar he is when he says that about the Republican Party.
Yeah, and I would just, if I could, you know what I would add to that, Kayleigh, is show people that the ambiguous champion, that you are the champion of freedom, has nothing underneath it. That these little laboratories of democracy, as you've shown, people are moving towards freedom, literally with their feet. They're moving towards freedom because of the policies embodied by Democrats all the way to the top that in reality threaten freedom. Force him to get out of that box of reality. Kayleigh, awesome conversation. Great to see you. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.